Hey everybody, this is the Aggressively Medium podcast with Lee and Josh.
Hey, Josh.
Hey, Lee. Is that our new intro?
I guess.
You
I don't
just
know. I do that a
every time
lot.
now. Yeah.
Not all the time, but episode 87.
Episode 87. Welcome back, everybody. I'm extremely tired.
Same.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm still adjusting to dad life.
Newborn dad life.
Life. Yeah. I mean, I've got the...
It's rough. I don't know how people do it 6 or 7 times.
I don't see how people do it consistent, like 2 in a row.
Yeah.
Like having one and then 9 months later, you've got another one.
Oh, them Irish twins?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Those are usually an accident.
Yeah. As they should be.
Even ours are 2 years apart, and it felt like we immediately
got back into it.
Yeah.
I forgot where I was going with that.
You're tired.
I'm adjusting. I don't know if you have this. Probably not.
The resentfulness. We talked about this.
What?
Where she wouldn't stop crying with you. Is that where you're going with it?
No. That's not what I was talking about. That did make me feel pretty bad
it's
the other
annoying.
day. Yeah. But now we're good. Me and her are cool. I flipped her off a couple of times that
Y'all
day.
made up?
Yeah. But I can't turn my knowledge off with her. And what I mean by that is, like last night, I heard her make a noise in her crib, and I was like, I've heard that noise before. That's when somebody dies. And it's like, but it was like spit up or something like that, but it was like that gurgling. And I was just like,
Were they about to aspirate?
yeah. And I was like, hey, check her. And she was like, she's fine.
Why didn't you check her?
Because she's on the other side. Before I could get out of the bed, run around to the other side of the bed and check on her, it would just be easier for Meg to just. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, I constantly have just calls that I've been on that I'm like, I can't turn my knowledge off.
Yeah.
Like reason goes out the window essentially.
Yeah.
Because it's just like.
You've been there.
Yeah.
Or you know. SIDS is real.
Yeah.
That's with Carolina. I was like, if she was asleep, I didn't think about it.
Yeah.
With Catherine, I'm just like
all the time thinking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And phantom cries.
It's supposed to get easier with the second child where you're like, I'm not as worried because I've been through this before.
Yeah, but I don't know why. But this time, phantom cries and just different. It's awful.
We haven't had phantom cries yet, but I think it's mainly just because she's still in our room.
And she's crying all the time. They're all real.
Yeah. Well, she's not crying that often. The past 2 days has been bad with gas and stuff, which if you don't know anything about kids yet, and if you're listening to the podcast and you're going to have kids, gas sucks for kids.
Yeah. It's painful bubbles in their stomach. And they can't do anything about it except cry.
Yeah. But
Lana just got to the point where she can be like, my stomach hurts or my head hurts. And it's a game changer because it's not just like, what is wrong with you?
And that happens in 2 years?
2.5, yeah.
Frick, we got a long ways to go.
Yeah, about 2.5. They'll be like, my finger hurts.
I did. So I'm pretty again. We're probably going to have one more and then we're done. But I did see a video the other day of a guy who was in his 30s and he had a big family. He had I want to say 8 siblings or something like that. And just how they just seemed fun. I don't know. I saw it and I was like, man, that big of a family.
It's a lot of family politics.
Everybody's getting around
as the outsider though.
Yeah. If you're coming in and you're a girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever.
You got to fight for attention with mom and dad and siblings. And
so I've also heard after the 5th one, it gets way easier.
The 5th kid?
Yeah. Or maybe it was the 4th kid. No, at the 5th kid, it gets easier because by that time, the 4th kid usually is at a place where they can actually take on some responsibility and help with other stuff. Yeah. So, I mean, granted, as long as you're not having them 1 year apart, because then you have a freaking 5-year-old that's
yeah, a 5-year-old can't help a newborn.
Although, so backtrack a little bit. It really depends.
My sister took care of me, and she's 18 months older than me.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about responsibility and how that responsibility is divvied out. I had a conversation with somebody this weekend about, they were like, isn't it, they were looking at, almost said Carolina. They were looking at Presley, and they were like, isn't it crazy that like it takes us 18 years to mature? And I was like, it doesn't. It's not, it never has before.
Yeah.
Recently it has. But I was like, you got 13-year-olds. When your body, I'm not pro little kids getting pregnant.
Okay.
But when your body says it's ready.
So you're making a stand. You're not for child rape.
Yeah, I'm not for child molestation or anything like that. But like when your body tells you that your body's ready to have kids, you're ready to have kids.
Yeah. You can.
Yeah, you can.
It's available.
Back in the day, people were living till they were 30. It's like, you better start now or else your kids are going to be left without parents soon, you know? But I don't know. I think a 5-year-old could help take care of some, you know, a 2-year-old.
Like, what's Jason, 7?
Yeah.
Could he feed Presley?
He probably could if you
trained him, taught him how to feed her.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah, if we had him since birth and we were like, this was our game plan.
Oh yeah,
you know, we could probably be like, hey, you need to feed, you need to help. Which he's all about helping now. He wants to be a help. It's just like, to what degree can he actually help?
It's funny that Lana's the same way.
Really?
Yeah. Well, she'll like, because when we were all sick, Catherine,
she was like, you want me to run to the store and get you some
Catherine
Dad?
We would be like, all right, we need to, everybody blow their nose. We would do it like that.
Yeah.
And then she would take a tissue and mush it in the baby's face and be like, thank you.
Yeah.
But
we are having to deal a little bit with that too, where it's like, we appreciate your help, but that's not what we need right now.
Lana, just wait 2 more years and y'all can play.
Yeah. That's a hard part with Jason is like, because he sees Lana and he sees like other kids, like what he considers babies.
Right.
He's like, why can't we play yet? And it's like, you'll
hold my truck, and you like puts on her face.
Yeah. We'll get there, bud.
Yeah.
Just, but yeah. So that pretty much, 8 minutes. It had nothing to do with what we were going to talk about. Yeah.
I mean, it's dad life.
Yeah.
Everything we talk about has to do with some degree of something, I guess.
Yeah. Speaking of dad life,
do y'all do Christmas movies?
I like Christmas movies, but I'm freaking sick of them right now.
Yeah.
Because I love my family.
Yeah.
I love my wife. I love my mother-in-law. I love my mom. Mm-hmm. But at about 2:00 every day, Hallmark Channel comes on.
Oh, see those? I'm not even
trash.
I'm not even talking about
it's
those.
Trash, dude.
Yeah,
I can't get past that to get to good Christmas movies anymore.
Yeah,
because I'm just so fed up.
Those will ruin it for you.
Oh yeah,
because it's like D-list.
And it's all the same actors too.
Because that's all they have.
Yeah. Big time lawyer girl moves to the small town
or moves back home.
Where her boyfriend from high school is now a Christmas tree farmer, and she can't fall in love with him, but then she does, and then they run off together and have a Christmas tree lawyer firm or whatever.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. Every
single movie. They all suck.
So what is your favorite?
I would probably have to say I really like National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Yep. That's the walking dog.
Yeah, it's a fantastic movie.
Yep.
I mean,
yeah. It's funny.
Yeah.
It makes sense the older you get.
Yeah. You find more humor in it.
God. Yeah. It's funny.
We got a big Clark Griswold cutout
up in the
we had him last. He was a guest last year.
Oh yeah. He's busy.
He's busy right now. He's up there in the
I was if you weren't gonna say that was mine.
Yeah. Christmas Vacation's
I've already watched it.
But like, what else do you got?
Elf.
Elf's okay.
You know, Will Ferrell turned down Elf 2 for like $8 million. They were going to pay him to be in Elf 2, and he turned it down because the script was so bad. He didn't want to have.
That's good.
Yeah, I saw that the other day.
Well, that's why Steve Carell like refuses to do The Office. He was like, it was good,
Don't ruin it.
Don't ruin it. We're not going to go back in time and make something magical that people are going to look at for years to come.
But also, have you seen the tweets or the memes where it's like, just think of the Michael Scott take on all the stuff that's happened over the past years.
But they wouldn't be able to.
True. You couldn't do it.
Yeah, you couldn't.
Do it.
Yeah.
You couldn't do it.
So this is a list of the best Christmas movies of all time.
Christmas Story.
Well, yeah. So you got all the, man. See, this is Rotten Tomatoes, but like 1940, Remember the Night, got 100%.
Yeah.
Miracle on 34th Street sucks. The Preacher's Wife, it's got Denzel. It might be pretty good. Dolly Parton's Christmas on the Square, no. The Christmas Chronicles, no. National Lampoon's Family Vacation, Christmas Vacation, good movie.
Yep.
Yeah, these are. I'm looking for where's okay, Home Alone. Home Alone's not bad.
We've watched it twice already.
Yeah,
this season.
Oh, y'all have?
Yeah.
The Santa Claus.
Hate them.
Really?
Anna loves them. We've watched all three. They're awful. Sorry, dear. I know. I watched them with you, and gosh.
I don't think it's that bad.
They are not good.
Charlie Brown, Christmas, like that kind of stuff. It's like I'm not enjoying that.
The claymation ones, I don't watch those.
Yeah, unless I'm like 5, 6, 7, I'm not really enjoying.
What's the one with Ralphie in it? You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
Oh, Christmas
Story.
Yeah, Christmas Story. Elf.
It's good. It's okay. It's
Yeah, out of 60 of them, I've found like 3 that I like. Christmas Story, that's on there. Rudolph, Claymation, all that. Are we getting into the Holiday Inn, Wonderful Life, The Grinch.
The Grinch
ain't
is
bad.
okay.
Yeah. We watched a new Christmas movie the other day on HBO Max, 8-Bit Christmas. Mm-hmm. It is like, I would say it's a modern day Christmas story without the I hate Christmas Story.
Yeah.
I absolutely hate that movie. Seen it way too many times.
Yeah.
On Christmas Day, it's on 24/7.
It's not funny.
It's not funny. There's not been a part of that movie I've laughed at.
Yeah.
But 8-Bit Christmas is pretty good. It's got the guy from How I Met Your Mother.
Ted? Josh Radnor?
No.
Barney Stinson?
Yeah.
Neil Patrick Harris?
Neil Patrick Harris. He's the main character in the movie.
Okay.
And it's kind of similar to us growing up. Because instead of a rifle, BB rifle, it's a Nintendo.
Okay.
I want a Nintendo. And he's actually telling his daughter the story about Christmas when he really wanted a Nintendo because she really wants an iPhone. Mm-hmm. I thought it was a great movie. Cool. I thought it was a really good movie.
Do you know It's a Wonderful Life did so bad in the box office when it came out that it tanked the production company
Really?
that made it? And it's only now become a classic.
I don't think it's any good, man. But it goes back to what movies are good Christmas movies. There's not a ton of them.
Right.
I mean, if you guys can think of some.
Yeah, you can only do so much.
Yeah, we'll rate the Christmas movie next week if you comment which one you really like. But yeah, and then I don't like it when people are like, "Oh, what about
Die Hard?"
Yeah, it's not a Christmas movie. It's set during Christmas time.
Well, now we're getting into Home Alone. Home Alone is set during Christmas, but it's not a Christmas movie.
But there's more Santa Claus related. He's he meets a guy who might be Santa Claus, might not be Santa Claus.
The neighbor?
Isn't he? No, he goes into the chapel. And isn't there a guy who is that might be Santa Claus?
I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe. That sounds good on the mic. You chomping on your fingernails. Like a baboon.
Yeah, I don't know. I really want to watch. We almost watched it last night, and then I decided I'm going to wait to watch it with Jason. And it's been so long since I've seen it. But I remember loving these movies when I was a kid. It was Ernest Saves Christmas.
Yeah, Ernest is.
I want to watch it with Jason.
It's probably not going to hold up.
It probably won't, but I'm really interested to see what what's what with it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Are you going to see?
Speaking of new HBO movies,
are you going to see that one?
we watched it.
Oh, you did?
King Richard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a pretty good movie. Will Smith's always. I mean, I'm a Will Smith guy.
Yeah.
I love Will Smith.
He's a strange bird.
He is, especially.
At home.
Have you heard some of the interviews? Like his wife.
Yeah, they're weirdos.
Yeah, I am. I'm a fan of his acting. Hancock, I think, was like one of the best
superhero movies. It's cool. I like the way the story goes.
I mean, it's an interesting, like, oh, this homeless guy's got superpowers, and then but yeah. So I thought it was pretty good.
King Richard. It's about the Serena and Venus, the Williams sisters.
I always call them the Serena sisters for some reason.
Yeah, well, Serena is the better one. But it's the dad. Mm-hmm. And it's like they're growing up and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And
it's called King Richard.
Who they are.
It's mainly about him more than it is about the girls.
So I told you this. Mm-hmm. Some of the comments that I've seen on the internet, like memes now, where they're like, "Of course, this movie about the Williams sisters focuses on the dad because of male patriarchy and all this crap." And then somebody commented on it and was like, the sisters produced this movie.
Yeah.
They paid for it.
We're super woke, man.
Yeah.
Let's get pissed off about it. And it's like,
they meant for it. They produced it.
This is like their homage to their father.
Yeah.
They want to honor their father. And people are like, I freaking can't believe this movie.
How could this movie, you've got these two sisters that are the best tennis players in the world, and this movie's about their dad. It's like, they produced it.
Yeah.
They decided the direction.
They wanted it to be about their dad.
And
their dad was kind of crazy.
Oh, I'm sure.
If you like go back and watch some of his stuff, or like even just watching the movie, he pulled them out. Everybody who had ever been a professional tennis player went through like juniors to get to be a professional tennis player, and he was like, no. He was also like hustling people.
Yeah,
he essentially they had two big coaches in their lives that were like at these really swanky.
Tennis
clubs, and he like went up. He like stormed in essentially on one of their like private sessions with like John McEnroe and somebody else. Was like, you just need to see these girls. Like, dude, can you imagine?
Yeah.
How many other people are like that? That like have an extreme amount of talent, and then you just got some crazy guy going like, "Hey, man, you need to watch them.
Yeah.
You need to watch my daughter sing this song for you real quick."
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just thought the comments were funny.
Yeah, it is hilarious that people are so woke that they don't even realize, like, well, the women made the movie.
Yeah, the sisters produced it.
Yeah.
It was for their dad.
Yeah.
It's like you think they went through the whole production, the whole filming and all that, and then at the end we're like, wait, this is about the dad. Let's just send it out anyway.
Yeah.
It's like they accidentally made it about the dad. That's just stupid. Stupid. Looks like we're real movie heavy today.
Yeah,
which
that's
is
what I was
fine.
saying earlier. We're pretty movie heavy.
That's cool.
So this is a list I found the other day that I thought was pretty cool. It's fans sharing their wildest film theories.
Okay.
And granted, these are all theories.
Before we start, I have the dumbest one of all time.
Okay.
That my two friends in high school. First off, we went and watched Shutter Island in theaters when it came out.
Yeah.
And we spent the next 2 hours me explaining it to them.
Back to them
in the car. Like, so
yeah.
Then they said, so you know how in Inception, he comes out, the movie starts with him on the shore coming out of the water.
Yeah. They think that's like part of.
They jumped off the island and swam to Inception, that they're together. And to this day, I don't know if they were kidding or if they actually thought that.
But weren't
that
those
it's like a
movies
sequel?
Real far apart from each other?
Couple of years.
Yeah.
But that was their theory.
That was their theory.
But
about
it's the
Shutter
same thing.
Island.
Even though it's in different time, different eras.
I watched, this is how dumb I am. I watched Book of Eli. Great movie.
You didn't.
Fantastic movie. At the end of the movie, we're walking out of the theater, and we were just like, man, that was such a good, like, Denzel's such a great actor. Can you believe that he was blind? And I was like, that dude wasn't blind. And they were like,
he had memorized the Bible.
Yeah. But
from Braille.
Like, I was like...
And he had the sunglasses on the whole time.
I just thought he was just real good at what he did.
It never was like, hey, this guy's blind.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah, at the end of the movie, they didn't come in and be like, hey, does the blind guy need anything?
Yeah.
Now that you're at...
It was enough for most people to get it.
Hey, I know now.
Yeah. And then you watch it again, you're like, this dude's blind whooping all these folks?
That's what everybody else got in the theater.
Yeah, that's why it was such a good movie.
And then I was like, I just thought it was a great movie in general. Didn't even think...
I'm ready for one of those.
What?
Not being blind, just the apocalypse style. Gosh, we need.
I'm ready for a good movie.
We need
like with a twist like that at the end again.
Yeah,
we don't have many of those.
Shutter Island was a good one.
Yeah, but that was freaking what?
10 years ago.
10 years ago. Yeah. We need some good.
Yeah.
Antebellum was kind of like that. I will say that. It was a better.
Yeah.
I watched Old. That was
Old.
the M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Yeah.
We're like, he's known for twists, but like the past couple movies just haven't been.
Yeah. It's like inventions, kind of. We're like out of like.
Yeah.
Everything's
There's nothing new
done.
under the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
You still need to watch 12 Angry Men.
I do need to. I know I need to. We almost watched it the other day.
Gosh. Man, turn off Hallmark and turn on 12 Angry Men.
What? Well, I'll watch it. I promise I will.
Good.
So these
theories.
are film theories. Forrest. So, what's the name of that movie?
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump. That's the name of the movie. Okay, I was thinking it was some other title. Anyway, Forrest's son wasn't
Forrest
really
Jr.
his.
Yeah.
Jenny knew she was dying and wanted someone to raise her kid. That's what some people... It's a film theory.
Yeah. So she died of AIDS. She was a hoe bag the entire movie.
Yeah.
She was also sexually assaulted by her uncle when she was a child.
Yeah.
So
there's a lot to unpack there. But
if he wasn't the spitting image of him when they were watching TV, you could say like... And you could even say that he probably knew it wasn't his if it wasn't.
Yeah.
Because, like, he loved her so much that he would raise that kid himself. But that kid is him. Like, through and through him.
Except smart.
Well, not deficited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is another one. Titanic. I don't know if you've seen it or not.
I've heard of it.
Okay. It's about a big boat.
There's some ice in there. It's cold.
I think it's a Carnival cruise, actually.
Is it Carnival?
Yeah. Or maybe it's Royal
Norwegian?
Caribbean. Norwegian. Yep. That makes
Norwegian.
more sense.
Yep.
Some people are saying that Jack was just a figment of Rose's imagination.
You'd have to give me reasons for that.
Says they have a whirlwind and a forbidden romance.
Mm-hmm.
All of that was cut short when the ship decided to sink.
Decided to sink.
Yeah, it decided. It said, I'm done.
I'm out.
Well, what if it wasn't about Jack at all? Rose was pretty miserable during the entire movie because she hated her life. Maybe she brought along an imaginary friend to cope. Which kind of like also plays into like, hey, there was enough room on the door and all that other stuff. And like, why'd you just let him sink? And it's like...
She never told anybody about it until she was on that submarine
deathbed. Yeah.
With the guy. She wasn't on her deathbed.
Oh, well.
Have you seen the movie?
I have. It's been a while.
Yeah. She throws that emerald off at the end.
Yeah.
That old hag.
Yeah. Leave it to...
There's not enough... There's too many other interactions with other characters for him to not be real.
Well, but...
It's like Kathy Bates.
Well, like Fight Club's kind of like that too.
But he never interacts with other characters. Like has dialogue with not to the same level of like Jack was real.
Okay. It's a theory.
Okay. Yeah. That's dumb.
Something fun for people to think about.
Sure.
So Shrek.
Love it.
I don't know if you've seen that.
Love it.
I think it's autobiographical. I think
Yeah.
Shrek made the movie. Donkey was once a child in Pinocchio.
Eddie Murphy?
Yeah, because remember in Pinocchio they have the
It turns into him.
the island that they send all the kids to, and they turn into donkeys, and they're all talking donkeys.
And Pinocchio's in the movie, and they're all fairy tales.
So I mean, it could be canon.
Sure. Sure.
So let's see, Harry Potter. I don't know anything about Harry Potter.
I know a lot about Harry Potter.
Neville has a bad memory due to a botched obliviate spell.
Okay. Obliviate.
Obliviate. See, I don't know nothing about that.
All right.
But yeah,
That's the whole thing.
The Harry Potter franchise got the children of the world reading again. The subsequent movies are almost as magical as the books. One of the greatest mysteries of the entire series is what would happen if Harry Potter wasn't the chosen one. He's kind of Neo for Hogwarts. The prophecy almost tagged a supporting character, Neville Longbottom. He also had a rough childhood, but with less glamorous teen years.
Well,
Neville's parents met an untimely and tortuous end when he was little.
Yep.
Once he enters school, he seems to forget quite a bit of stuff and just bumble around until the end. Maybe it's because someone tried to wipe all his misery away with a wonky memory spell. Those things are tough to perform and even tougher to get right.
So it even says in the books that like the whole series could have been Neville because the parents died the same way from Voldemort. It could have been Neville just as easy.
Neville is a figment of Harry Potter's imagination.
No, Neville's real.
And then he jumps off the island
and swims to the
Donkey Island in Pinocchio.
Gets donkey.
So The Dark Knight.
All right.
I don't know if you've seen that. It's a medieval movie. It's about
poker, isn't it?
No, it's a medieval movie.
There's a Joker card.
Well, so it's a gesture. Yeah,
in the castle.
In the castle with all the
the bat.
The Joker is a former Black Ops soldier gone rogue. Is what. So the Joker is one of the greatest villains of all time.
Yes.
This isn't a
killed
point
Heath Ledger.
Yeah. Not Danny DeVito.
Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson told him,
I know.
watch out.
I told you that.
You didn't tell me that.
I've told everybody I've ever met that.
That doesn't mean I heard it from you.
Well, you did.
Part of what makes the story so great is that we really don't know his origin story. Every time we hear his take on it, the story changes just enough to keep us guessing. What if he was telling the truth the whole time and nobody noticed? In The Dark Knight, Heath Ledger, R.I.P., delivered an excellent Joker. This man was unhinged, but absolutely in control of an entire city. He almost had military precision in his movements. What if he was a vet who decided to go full-on paramilitary to exact his revenge on everyone?
That's fine.
Yeah. That one's not cool. Donnie Darko. You ever seen that?
I think so.
Okay. They're saying the supernatural events of Donnie Darko are just due to a mental illness.
Sure.
Makes sense. James Bond. James Bond isn't one person. It's just a cover name. That's believable, I guess. I mean, Pierce Brosnan was.
Yeah.
And then also Daniel Craig. So
yeah. There were a bunch before that.
Yeah. Says it could very well just be a title for whoever is the Queen's spy of the month.
Sure.
Which explains how all of them are the same guy. Pixar.
I've heard of it.
By and large, is the biggest Pixar villain.
By and large?
Yeah.
Who's that?
The hidden boss isn't a person. It's a giant big box store.
Oh, it's in
called
everything?
By and Large. Yeah. Seen in WALL-E, Toy Story, and many others. This story is made of pure evil. It eventually leads to the end of the world. Then the company helps people live forever on a spaceship where they embrace morbid obesity.
WALL-E.
Yeah, that's a Pixar movie.
Yeah.
Twilight.
I've seen them all multiple times.
Bella is actually hit by a car in the first film and falls into a coma. The events that follow are just her dreams.
I wish that was what was happening.
Okay.
It's a long list.
So I haven't read through this whole list, and this is, I'm assuming, one of the bottom ones. Titanic, Inception, and Shutter Island are all connected. Leonardo DiCaprio is an incredible actor. Seeing his career evolve on screen resonated with a lot of us. Some of his movies also seem to exist in the same timeline. Bear with us here and hang on. This might be the most mind-blowing. What if Titanic, Inception, and Shutter Island all actually happened to the same person? We may be following Leo or a single character of his go through a really interesting life. After he drowns, he washes up on the shores of the beach in Inception.
100 years later.
That entire fever dream is taking place because he suffered brain damage. When he wakens, it's in a mental hospital on Shutter Island. The theorists behind this deserve one Oscar for critical thinking, whatever. I mean,
no.
Maybe.
No. They're set in different times.
Tarzan.
I like it.
Disney
I watched
movie?
it. We watch it. It's one of Lana's favorites right now.
So Disney's Tarzan has a pretty sad opening scene.
Yep.
Two stranded supermodels wash up on an island with a baby.
So true.
They survived a massive storm that destroyed most of their boat. They are then subsequently torn to shreds by a jungle cat, but the baby survives and turns into Tarzan. Mm-hmm. He ends up becoming king of the jungle because he has the best abs ever. Mm-hmm. Now, flip over to Frozen. Anna and Elsa's parents mysteriously set sail and perish on their ship during a freak storm. While seemingly random and coincidental, it may not be. Disney has a habit of connecting worlds. Rapunzel and Flynn make an appearance in Frozen. What if Tarzan is a spin-off prequel to explain what happened to the princess's parents? Home Alone.
All right. Most of his tricks would have killed those guys.
So, Home Alone shows that when a kid is abandoned by their family, they can be quite resourceful. Growing up, we were raised to protect homesteads from invaders. Kevin McAllister takes this lesson and puts it into practice. Through two classic films, he showcases his ingenuity and resilience in the face of being abandoned by everyone he loves. What type of person does that turn someone into?
A psychopath.
Some people think that Kevin and Jigsaw are the same guy.
Oh my gosh.
Sure, it's a long shot, but the traps in Saw look a lot like a grown-up version of the traps that Kevin set back in the day.
I like it. I like that one. I like that one.
Gosh, there's a lot of these. Okay, I'm gonna go through some of these just real quick. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Ferris Bueller was all in Cameron's head. He's the embodiment of everything Cameron wishes he could be.
Yeah.
Signs.
Yep. Scariest movie I've ever seen.
The aliens in Signs are actually demons.
Okay.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. The events of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory are just Charlie's starvation-induced hallucinations.
Yep.
The Phantom Menace. Jar Jar Binks is secretly working for the Sith. Mary Poppins.
That's why he messes everything up all the time.
Mary Poppins was once a student at Hogwarts. Iron Man 2. Peter Parker is the kid in the Iron Man mask. So even before they're saving the world, these kiddos are appearing in each other's films, but think all the way back to the second Iron Man. In the middle of all of it, there's a little kid dressed as Iron Man. Even though he's a complete narcissist, Tony Stark doesn't get distracted. He ends up saving the kid and the day. A lot of people think this kid could be Spider-Man, which would help explain why Tony is so close to him in the later films.
Sure.
The Wizard of Oz. Glinda brought Dorothy to Oz to kill all the other witches.
Okay.
Bruce Almighty.
Mm-hmm.
I think we talked about this once. In Bruce Almighty, Morgan Freeman's character isn't God, he's the devil. It almost makes no sense to have a horned creature testing a mortal man instead of one from above. Bruce doesn't exactly do a righteous job for the most of the film. In fact, he was sowing chaos, intentionally or not, and ruining a lot of other people's lives.
That's the Noah's Ark one, right?
Evan Almighty's the arc one. Bruce Almighty is a test from the seven heavens seems reasonable, but things go really far. It makes more sense that Freeman is to play the villain and twist everyone's minds about the movie. The Shining. People say The Shining is filled with hints that Stanley Kubrick helped fake the moon landing. Legally Blonde is a sequel to Clueless.
Anna probably could figure that out.
Aladdin. All the events in the film are the pursuit of Aladdin's first wish.
I'd have to say Aladdin.
Oh, gosh. Cinderella, the reason the glass slipper didn't change back is because the fairy godmother wanted to set Cinderella up for life. Back to the Future. Doc Brown is Marty from the future. Blair Witch Project. The Blair Witch Project was an elaborate ruse for the two boys to murder Heather.
I never saw that.
It's freaky.
I'm sure.
Up.
Yep.
The movie Up is really about Mr. Fredrickson being ushered to heaven.
Okay.
Goodness gracious. Last one. Harry Potter again. Mm-hmm. The Dursleys were under the side effects of a Horcrux. Horcrux?
The Dursleys?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know nothing about Harry Potter.
I do. Okay. What? They're under a Horcrux?
Yeah.
No. I mean, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. I don't know nothing about that stuff.
You got more movies? Thoughts on them?
I had an interesting thought the other day about movies, and you had mentioned something too that made me think about this. Like in movies, you watch a movie, and I even thought about it whenever I was watching the King Richard movie, where it's this dad and he tells his kid something, and then they're like changed forever. Not once has that ever happened with me where I'm like, hey, Jason, look, you are strong. You are a brave boy.
Jason's
and then he's like,
I am strong.
yeah, I'm going to be Spider-Man now.
Yeah.
Or whatever. It seems so unrealistic.
It is.
And now it just pisses me off whenever I see it in movies.
Yeah. Well, you've got to have that to make a movie work.
Yeah. It can't be like, hey, the dad told the kid 15 times one day. He still didn't get it.
Well, and you can't just have, you can't show like Peter Parker's aunt and uncle were great day in and day out and built him up over time. And it's just got to be a.
Yeah. Joel Osteen.
Oh, man. That cloud.
You read the article, didn't you?
Yeah, I read some of it. So, if you don't know who Joel Osteen is,
he's the Antichrist.
I didn't say that. That was Josh.
I will go to my deathbed saying that. I just hate him so much.
Well, keep talking about it for a minute till I find this thing.
I don't like him because he preaches this prosperity gospel, and then him and his family seem to be horrible people.
Yeah.
His wife got thrown off a plane. Do you know about that?
For causing a scene because she didn't get her seat or whatever?
Well, there was a stain on her seat.
Well, okay. So.
And then the freaking hurricane happened.
And they didn't let people in the church.
Locked the doors.
Yeah. Well, get dirty. You don't want those dirty folks in your church.
True. I guess not.
Okay. So what I saw it from, it was on Fox Business, and it said Joel Osteen Church cash discovery renews calls to tax churches. Okay.
So somebody thought this was a big tax evasion.
Okay. The political left has renewed its calls to tax churches after a plumber at Pastor Joel Osteen's church found hundreds of envelopes full of cash and checks.
500.
Yeah, 500 envelopes fell out of the wall. A plumber called into the Houston radio station and told him all this. The envelopes were filled with cash and checks. Said he reported to the maintenance supervisor. Let's see.
So it ended up being 3,000 envelopes.
Dang.
500 fell out and then they kept digging. It was
So
3,000.
in March 2014, Lakewood Church reported that $200,000 in cash and $400,000 in checks have been stolen.
Wow.
Yeah. In addition to some credit card information.
Because that's the exact amount that was found in the wall. $600,000 worth of cash, worth of checks and cash.
Mm-hmm. Joel Osteen, I tell my kid, Lakewood Church said in a statement that cash and checks were discovered recently during work being done on the church, but did not add how much money was found and did not directly confirm what the plumber said. They called the police department, and so they set all that up. This
seems sketchy.
Well, yeah.
Who's stealing the money from the church? If it's not somebody within the church,
Right.
and then they're stashing it in a wall somewhere, like to get away.
Yeah. Like you can't spend money that's in a wall.
You know what it sounds like?
Sounds like a private bank.
Pablo Escobar.
He might be involved. It's
He was
in Texas.
well, I'm not saying that he was involved. I'm saying it sounds like he was like digging holes and just throwing money in it and just like, can't spend it right now. Got to put it somewhere.
Yeah. Who was the? Have you seen Blow with Johnny Depp?
Time ago.
He bought a house to put boxes of cash in.
Yeah.
Because it's like, where are you going to?
Where are you going to take untaxed money?
Right. I'm about to Google something. So sorry for this. I'm not surprised that they did. First off, it seems like every day there's more church related crap.
It also feels like there's not that many of the churches that are causing the problems.
Right.
It's like, there's a handful of them.
Real big ones.
Yeah, real big ones.
Did you get hold on.
Oh, gosh. Did I get your Christmas card? No, I have not.
Not ours.
Not yet.
Joel Osteen net worth. It's worth about $100 million.
That's net worth, too.
Yeah.
That's not. There was so I did some digging on like who like the most wealthy people in Alabama are. Right now, it's the guy who owns Yellowwood. Mm-hmm. It used to be the Drummonds.
Oil?
It's oil and coal. Back in the day, it was worth like $6 billion.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane.
I had a kid I went to high school with that said he was related to them. His last name was Drummond, but he didn't get any of their money. It wasn't flowing that far down. Yeah. Did you get the Hodges Christmas card?
We haven't yet, no.
We got it.
Is it good?
Yeah. It's got everybody in it that's still in the family. It was funny.
All the kids? And the kids?
And then David and his son in the bottom corner.
Okay. At least they were both in it. I mean.
Yeah, the kid is in it.
Yeah, that's good.
Man, I hope he gets custody. I don't know if they do that, but I would just really like that. I can't stand that chick. We've talked about that so much.
We have. Yeah. I find it crazy Joel Osteen's got so this is kind of off topic, kind of on topic. HBO Max series The Righteous Gemstones.
Is it about the Tammy Faye?
No. This is like a funny play on some of those evangelical people. Oh. And it's got Adam Devine, the guy from Workaholics. It's got the guy who was.
I didn't see it, but I know
it's
what you're
pretty
talking about.
funny.
Is it funny?
It's horrible, but it's funny,
Yeah.
and it's also like it's probably true.
Yeah,
they've got like a theme park that's like named after them and stuff, and it's pretty good. No. It's horrible. There's parts of it that you're like, as a Christian, it sucks to see that, but then it's also like probably true.
Yeah. Where are they getting their info from?
Yeah.
Probably real life.
Yeah. To
some degrry.
To some degree.
You don't have to stretch real life very far to make that stuff ridiculous.
Yeah. So, also, since we're on the topic of Christian stuff, I saw this, I I guess this guy was like hating on Hillsong. It's TikTok, but he's like one of these guys that's supposed to be like maybe like an apologetic or something like that. But he didn't really talk much about what he was trying to talk about, if that makes sense. It was a video of Hillsong in like a really like Holy Spirit led moment, supposedly, which most of those, if you read into it, are staged. But like also like if the Holy Spirit is like somebody who genuinely cares about your time and stuff like that, I don't think it would be out of left field to say like we can schedule a time where it's going to be like everybody's praying and like corporately we're going to like go in a little deeper, but everybody's got something to say. So this is just an interesting video.
I wanted to offer some correctives on this video. I've seen a lot of people say, oh, the Holy Spirit was clearly there. Why don't people like Hillsong or Bethel? Let me first say that there is freedom in Christ as far as a style of worship goes. So I don't have a concern with the music or as far as the instrumentation or anything like that goes. But the big concern is with the confusion of what Pentecostal worship is. Being filled with the Spirit is not demonstrated by how the music makes you feel or how high you lift your hands, but by whether or not you live out Galatians 5. You live out the fruits of the Spirit. Go read the chapter. Paul dealt with this in Corinth, and he wrote 2 letters to this church. They were obsessed with the fanatical. They evaluated ministries by outward appearance and receptivity of the crowds. But Paul says the true mark of faithful ministry is that it is committed to the Word of God, and that the sharing of the Word of God produces repentant lives living for Christ.
So what I take from that is he doesn't think that Hillsong is Holy Spirit led because they don't have the fruits of the Spirit that you can visibly see, which it's like...
That's not what that video was.
No.
That was a worship moment.
But he's saying worship... He's paralleling this into the New Testament where there was like this...
Sure.
The disciples came back and they were like, look, this is not what it's about. It's not about everybody being super receptive to worship.
Anyway.
Yeah. But I have such a problem with this because I've heard it so many times about like bigger churches.
Yeah.
Is like, oh, well, what about life change? Like what's happening? It's like, what are you talking about? That's worship.
Yeah.
It's a worship song.
If it was a video about life change and they interviewed a bunch of
yeah. Okay,
you're talking about the wrong video.
Yeah. He's like, hey, this isn't real worship. Real worship changes lives. It's like, are you your director for like life change at Hillsong and now you know that like they're not.
Okay, so that guy made a video, but there wasn't any life change from people, so his video's stupid.
Yeah, it's not Pentecostal worship either.
Or just you're not a Christian. Like,
yeah, you're not a Christian because dude, I'm sick of that stuff. Like freaking people just.
We got more important stuff to worry about than nitpicking other people on the team.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what really gets me.
Because that's like walking around in the locker room before the Super Bowl, be like, dude, your socks look stupid, and your helmet's not buckled up right. Like,
I think
we got a team.
I think it's worse than that.
Right.
I think it's like,
that was just
dude,
off
you
the
guys
cuff.
don't play football for real.
Yeah.
You don't know how to play football.
Yeah.
Like we got all the way here to the Super Bowl. You guys suck.
Yeah.
As a team, I'm walking into the locker room, a part of the team, and just like, you guys suck, dude.
Yeah.
Like, none of you guys know how to play football.
Yeah.
What are you
don't know
talking
how to play
about?
football the right way.
Yeah.
Which there needs to be some of that, because you can go pretty kooky and not biblical with your
You can, but you can also equate some of that kookiness to like there's some
personality
kooky
type?
stuff. Well, there's some kooky stuff that happened in the Bible.
Yeah.
Let's not forget about.
Yeah, but okay, so we agree on this. But like when that little Peter Piper that gets on there and talks about how Jesus was gay, like that, we can kick you out of the locker room.
Yeah.
You're not playing.
That guy gets fired.
Yeah, you're not playing in the game.
Yeah.
So there is a level
You're
of
gonna have to go play for San Francisco.
Yeah.
So we don't agree with that.
There's certainly areas that do need to get policed,
Tightened up. Yeah.
but just like
But those are the people that God says like He's not going to have any
Right.
like grace for.
Right.
It's like if you're willingly like bringing people down that road, like
Yeah.
knowingly.
But like, that's a video of a worship service.
Yeah. Yeah. A video of some people during
And
worship.
be like, y'all aren't disciple enough. Well, we're not.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's
That's not what we're doing right now.
Sure.
Yeah.
But
that's
that-
like if we're out feeding the homeless.
And be like, y'all don't worship enough.
Yeah. Y'all don't worship. What are y'all
Y'all don't
doing?
sing enough.
Yeah. Y'all's songs need to be better.
Yeah. Like, we're not singing right
we're
now.
doing the other
Yeah.
fruits and gifts, and
That guy's voice annoyed me, first
I
off.
saw it in your face.
And his beats that he had around his neck.
Oh, I wasn't even looking that deep into it.
And he had that real high nasally. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure the 200 people that you've ever interacted with
Probably
think you're
love your
something.
content.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'd rather have a bunch of people like the people that comment on our stuff that's like, y'all are dumb, than like us just being like, yep, everything we say is right.
Yeah.
Did you also see the other day where I think it was the Pope came out?
Do you see that old decrepit priest that called the Pope the devil or whatever?
No.
He was like another European priest, and he's like, "You're absolutely ridiculous, Pope."
Well, because he said this is his biggest thing. Pope Francis says sins of the flesh aren't that serious.
Yeah.
Sin is sin, bro.
Yeah.
Are we reading from the same?
He's about as liberal as you can get
Yeah.
of a person, much less a Catholic who's also the Pope.
Yeah.
He's like crazy.
Yeah.
You want to knock out some of these would you rather?
That's would you rather.
All right. Would you rather? No, I got to find them.
Oh my gosh.
It's fun. They're like right here.
You got to get closer to the mic too.
I'm in it.
You're way back.
I'm in it. Stop all that. I'm in it. Dang. All right. Here we go. Those are the ones we did last week. And here are the new ones. Nope. I'm so sorry.
Gosh. Just A+ podcasting right now.
Hey, we're busy.
Are
Okay.
you?
We did end with the apocalypse thing, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Would you want to go up in the fire or be part of the
Yeah.
Read- okay.
We did talk about that.
Okay. Here we yeah. Would you rather be half your height or double your weight?
What's half of 6'3"? 3.
1.5.
Or 400 pounds.
But you're 6'3", but you're 400.
Neither one of those are great.
But you're 200 at 3'1".
You wouldn't be 200 at 3'1".
No,
I think
you're
would,
you, but you're
would. No, I think they would scale everything down.
Okay,
Surely
so
you
you're
would scale down.
3'1".
3'1" and like a buck.
A buck.
Yeah.
Because you're half.
I think I'd rather be 400 because I could do things to.
You could still
Skinny?
function too.
I could get to skinny.
Yeah. There's
You
plenty
can't
of
get
fat
to
folks
taller.
walking around. Yeah. I just don't know if I could do 5'7", 450. But I also couldn't do
Oh no.
2'7" at any weight.
Yeah.
2'7".
2'7".
I'd be smelling people's butts.
You'd be
walking.
that. What's that Hezbollah guy?
Yeah.
The little yeah.
I might get on TikTok. If I'm 5'7", 450, I'm dead.
You wouldn't be dead. I can guarantee you that.
I'd be close.
I've seen people
Man,
bigger than that.
I'd be wide.
You've had to pick them up too.
I'd be wide. But you do make a good point about you could lose weight.
You can lose weight. You can't get taller.
Man,
Yeah.
I'd hate to be 450.
All right, what's the next one?
Take me now. Neither one. I'll just stand up.
Yeah,
I'll just sit up.
Sit up.
I was getting sleepy.
Well,
Get your feet out from under my seat. Okay. That's gross. Eat as much as you want without getting fat. or you can talk to Baloo.
Just Baloo?
It says have a talking dog, so I just assumed it'd be
You
Baloo
just get one dog.
that you can talk to.
Dude, so when I'm not gaining any weight, am I also not reaping any of the negative health effects?
Yeah,
So I could drink as much as I want and my liver just be tip top.
sure.
Yeah, I'm doing that one.
Jesus,
Not because of the drinking, but just like
that's what it sounded like.
just because I can eat whatever I want and then I'm always healthy.
Okay.
Heck yeah. I could eat pizza every day of the week.
Yeah.
Not have acid reflux probably.
Yeah. But you can't talk to Baloo.
I can talk to him now. He just
But he
doesn't-
can't talk back.
I don't care.
Okay.
Not enough for that.
Would you rather always have BO or always have bad breath? I'd say bad breath, and I would just like talk. I would just learn
Or
how to.
I would always chew gum.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It's supernatural bad breath. Bad breath.
I'm not smelling people's breath that often.
Right. Unless you're just not around many people with bad breath.
Maybe.
But you just reek. Your armpits smell like an onion patch.
Now that I'm smelling your breath,
Wow.
I got some coffee on mine though too, so I probably ain't
BO or bad breath?
bad breath.
Yeah, I'll take bad breath because I'll just keep my mouth shut.
Yeah.
If your armpits are bumping, you're just bumping.
Yeah. There's nothing you can do about BO.
All right. Would you rather? This is a weird one. You can turn invisible at night. This is will you take this?
Mm-hmm.
You turn invisible at night, but you'll turn to stone in sunlight if it ever touches you.
But I'm visible during the day.
Yeah.
What about if I come into a room and there's like a light on? Would I be visible or invisible?
At night?
Yeah.
You'd be invisible. Still.
I'd be invisible. Or I turn to stone.
From sundown to sunup, you're invisible. But from sunup to sundown, if sunlight touches you, it turns to stone.
Oh, I'm being invisible.
So you're taking it. It's not one or the other.
Yeah.
It's if you decide to be invisible at night, you also have to deal with turning to stone during the day.
I thought it was one or
No,
the
you
other.
take the whole thing.
Oh, no.
So you just be normal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking either, which I don't know why I was thinking that. I don't know.
You could either-
You want something cool or you want to
Something terrible. Yeah.
Would you rather have $1,000 or would you rather me punch you in the mouth?
Yeah.
Gosh, that's a tough one, honestly, Bob.
Right.
Got any more?
Just a thought about Jeff Bezos that I
okay.
saw. Dave Ramsey tweeted this.
Oh, gosh.
He said,
Freaking
Jeff,
Dave
no. This is a funny thing. This is something to think about on your drive home from work today.
Okay.
Jeff Bezos has so much money that him spending $2 million feels the same as you spending $1. And now I'm mad.
You know,
That redistribution of wealth sounds good at some
that's
times.
what I have driven through some neighborhoods and been like, Obama had some good points. Like, I need some of these people's money.
Yeah.
If they can live like what's the area in Birmingham? Is it Mountain Brook?
Yep.
Where it's like up on the hill and it's all those nice.
Old money. It's that old
Yeah.
steel money.
Give me some of theirs.
I don't want their money.
I want somebody's.
I want Bezos' money
Well,
and Zuckerberg's
if
money.
we're redistributing the wealth, then everybody gets a part of it. So
That would be so bad.
I drive through those neighborhoods and just get pissed off.
Okay, so we went to have dinner with some friends who live in Pell City,
Okay.
and the GPS took us down a county road. Like after Mercedes, we got off of 20 and took a county road, and like from turning off of 20 to their neighborhood was nothing but like $1 million ranch farms on either side of us the entire way. And it was at night. And I told Anna, like, I'm going to drive this during the day just to see it.
I wouldn't do it. It would upset me
But
too
half
bad.
of them were for sale. But it was just like
Yeah.
rolling countryside
Hey.
with giant
Be a
fences.
good wedding venue.
Probably not for what they're selling them for, but yeah.
That's it. I felt the same way.
But it was just like, this is in between us and Birmingham, and I've never seen it before.
I felt that way when we were going to DC, and we were like, we turned off of some like big interstate, and then because we were going to go to do like the Blue Ridge Parkway for a stint, and when we got up there, it was all cloudy, and we got to the ranger station, and I said, "How far?" This is like 90 miles worth of Blue Ridge Parkway. I said, "How much of this do you think there's clouds?" And she said, 95%. And I said, "Well, can we turn around then? Because there's no sense in me going 30 miles an hour through the Blue Ridge Parkway with nothing to see." So then we got back off, and it didn't put us back on the interstate. It put us on this little like country road. It was a paved road, but it was a country road, and it was just like vineyards. And I was like, like mountains right here.
Yeah.
Vineyard in front of it. I was just, these people need to give me some of their money.
Yeah. They need to hand it out.
Obamacare, Obama phone. I don't care what you call it.
Yeah.
If I get some of their money, I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Name it after Obama. Name it after Biden.
Yeah.
Name it after Stalin. I don't care.
Yeah.
Hitler's
Hitler payback.
redistribution of wealth.
Right. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
If I get a meal in my bank account, call
I'll
it whatever
vote for whoever you want me to.
I'll vote for, yeah. I'll vote for you, Biden.
Which is actually what Hitler did in the 30s.
Gave money to people.
He gave full paid vacation. Everybody got a Volkswagen.
Oh, yeah.
No wonder.
Yeah,
Like, how did all these people just follow Hitler? Because he gave them everything they wanted.
Yeah.
And then was like, all right, you got your stuff. We're living high on the hog here in Germany. Them Jews, though. And they're like, well, he's been right so far.
He hasn't been wrong about too much.
I like both of our cars in the driveway, and we can go on vacation for free whenever we want. Let's round them up. Attack the planet? Sure.
Yeah. Sounds good.
We lost 20 years ago doing the same thing. This guy,
He seems like he's got his head on his shoulders.
I like him.
If they said everybody gets like, hey, you get to go to the dealership and pick out whatever car you want, each person.
Everybody gets a car.
You get one.
Yeah.
Anna gets one. When the kids come of age, they get one.
Yeah.
And they're like, you can go on vacation.
And then
vacation's free.
We want to take over Mexico. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm on board.
That sounds like a plan. I was planning to go to Mexico anyway on my vacation.
Yeah,
so
for real.
It'd be nicer if I didn't have to go through the whole, passport process.
Yeah. Canadians are rats. All right.
Yeah. I get it. I don't know many.
Yeah.
So I can't speak to it.
Yeah.
Let's see where he's going.
Yeah.
He makes some good points.
Like I said, so far.
Yeah.
So far, he's been spot on.
I
with
get
all this
vacations
stuff.
anytime I want.
But that's literally what he did.
Yeah. That's smart.
Yeah. It works.
Yeah.
But
it would work on me.
So think about that on your way home.
I'd show my belly real quick.
Show your belly?
Yeah. Like I'm no threat.
Oh.
I'm no threat. Here's my soft underbelly. You can stab me.
Okay. Thought you meant like Jews had different bellies or something.
Yeah, you didn't know about that? They got Jew bellies.
We'll talk about it later. I don't want to we're in trouble. Gosh. Anyway, guys, that was episode 87.
Yep.
Thank you for letting us into your hearts and minds and your homes.
And your Jew bellies.
Jesus.